What is up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and y'all already know the wind is blowing because I'm on location for what? Ready to Love, season 6, I believe, episode 2. I hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing well. Listen, I had some coffee. Y'all can't see me, but y'all know how I get sometimes on the coffee. I'm gonna try to slow it down. But I can't make any promises. Okay, so let's talk about what happened on the show. So there is a brunch. The singles are getting together to mingle. And as they're talking, we find out a couple secrets. One of the secrets we find out is that Wiley is the son of Chuck Brown. I hope I get this right. Chuck Brown is the founder of go-go music there in that area. He did not want people to know that was his father because he wants the ladies to get to know him for him. But Dakia went ahead and busted him out in front of Tiffany, who has his interest. They're even dressed in the same color. But yeah, now we know the secret. Okay. Oh, I thought I heard something. Y'all know I'm on location. Sorry about that wind, but I'm trying to get it done. So then after this, nephew Tyler Perry, he comes in to a round of applause, as he always does. Your writer, your producer, your creator. He comes in and he's telling them that there will be a curveball. They're throwing the curveballs in early. There is going to be a blind date. He selects the people for the blind date. One of the people is going to be Ace. I liked Ace's little floral get up she had on. It was kind of vintagey. It could have went left, but I think it worked for her. So Ace is going to go on one of the blind dates. Clifton says that he hasn't had a chance to go out with Ace, and what about him? I don't know why that was funny to me. And then Big Vern, he is going on the second blind date, and he tells him, Vern, now we know you like to talk. So when you get out there and get to talking, make sure that you wait for the response from the person. Y'all know Vern. He got the Vern corner. He got the Vern shirt. He got the Vern smile. He got the Vern bald head. He got the Vern He got the Vern everything. And the Vern conversation, of course. So he said, yeah, he gonna do that. When they're talking, he says that Ace is just kind of like real peaceful, not too much, not too little. What else do we get during the brunch? Wiley and the kids seem to have a little something going on. They walk out hand in hand. Wiley is so funny because he's younger. He knows he's younger. The ladies know he's younger. I think some of them are either put off by it, or maybe a little even intimidated by it. But I know somebody like Wiley. I ain't gonna say his name. I'm not gonna call him out, but I'm gonna tell you, when I met him, I was in my late 20s, and I told him how old I was, and he gonna say to me, "Oh, you too young for me," and he was younger than me. And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh yeah, you too young for me. I don't deal with no young women." I'm like, somebody get this old young man out my face. But I ain't gonna say his name. But anyway, Wiley seems to have a little bit of maturity about him anyway. When Dakia talks to Demetrius, she gonna say he got the BDE. Y'all know what the BDE is. I say, honey, the BDE done fooled a lot of us, so don't necessarily fall for that BDE. Energy might be off. He might be doing candle magic. What else happened? Clifton and Joy also have a little bit of interaction as well. It was really cute the way that Clifton was just like, I don't care that the brunch is ended. We staying. Y'all can pack up y'all filming equipment. We gonna be right here. And then he gonna tell her to sit down. I said, oh Lord, don't tell me what to do now. I get hot. But he told her to sit down, and then he gave her a hug, and he was all wrapped up. I bet you he feel like a waterbed, just roll around, and ooh, child, he probably real. He looked fluffy, soft. So yeah, now we're gonna get ready for the blind dates. Ooh, baby, I'm entertained, y'all. The whole time that this scene was on between Big Vern and Carmen, I was just smiling. Oh, I was so entertained. So Carmen gets there. First, she shows us her wink and tells us that she does not know how to flirt. I concur. I do not. I can flirt a little bit, but I cannot wink. I might post a video on my community wall that I made some years ago of me trying to wink. I just can't. Both of my eyes just close. I can't. I don't know how people do it. It seems very difficult. But it's not about me. Let me keep it moving. So Carmen meets up with Vern. They're in another Vern corner, and when she gets there, the vibes are on immediately. He says she thicker than a Snicker. She got the hourglass figure. She work out 5 days a week. He work out 6 days a week. They both was in the Air Force. Oh, you was in the Air Force? I was in the Air Force. Oh my gosh, the vibes are just crazy right now. Then he got to stand up and show how he work out several days a week, because he can't wear no skinny jeans because he got some thighs on him. He get up and he want to show some of them thighs, and he want to show them what that booty do. So he turned around and she grabbed up on the cheeks. I was like, this is a lot for a first date, but again, I am thoroughly entertained. So then Vern sit back down and he want to know. Now y'all know Vern is looking for that alpha female. So he want to know, are you scared to check your man? And she said, no, if I need to check you, I'm going to lean in and check you if I need to. Boy, why she say that, child? Them booty cheeks was bouncing. He was so excited. I said, don't get your thighs clapping, Vern. He was so excited to hear that. He looked like he was about to pass out. He finally found this alpha woman. They talk about kids. She does have a son. She is divorced. Vern has also been divorced for 10 years now, and he has 2 daughters. They're both interested in marrying again. So, yeah, the vibes was right for the first date. She seems to like him, and they seem to be able to challenge each other. You got to be real alpha-ish to roll with the Vern. So yeah, their blind date was funny to me. Y'all, why am I chuckling like this? Okay, so next couple blind date is Ace, and we have Cornelius. Cornelius is 41. He said they call him cornbread. He ready to have a couple corn muffins. He's realized that although he should have been ready to settle down at some point, that just wasn't what he was on. He's recognized that he was the problem, and he's tried to fix it, and he's just ready for something new. Cornelius lets us know that he has made $1 million before, and $1 million seemed like a lot of money, but it ain't really a lot of money. I said, let us broke hoochies know something, Cornelius, because it sounded like a lot of money to me, but I'm pretty sure, depending on your lifestyle, it could go real fast and what you got going on. So yeah, more money, more problems. But he is a real estate investor. He has a really nice voice. He reminds me of some of my peoples, like my people down in South Carolina. Just something about his accent, his whole look. He is ready to settle down because he had on the stay ready shoes. Now this is the vocabulary lesson with JoJo. Y'all know I make up my own words and meanings to those words. Stay ready shoes are shoes worn by a man who is indeed ready to settle down. The shoes are usually a loafer, slightly out of style, but still relevant. Okay? Right there in the middle. So when they panned the camera down to his feet, I said, oh yeah, baby, he ready. Them stay ready shoes. He ready. Stay ready shoes also are shoes that you can wear to church. You could wear to a possible boat party. You could wear to a lounge, because they're ready for anything, because he's a stay ready man and he's ready to settle down. All right, now let me move forward. So when they get to the date, there's chemistry there. Ace is asking him questions about what kind of connection he's looking for. He's looking for long term. They talk about mental health. She talks about how she had to get her mind right so she could love somebody the way they deserve to be loved, which is awesome. He talks about how he had to get mental health therapy as well. He feels like all black people should get it. I agree with that. If they ever bring them reparations to the table, part of getting your reparations, you got to go to therapy first, or that should be in the package somewhere, because I truly believe that it is coded in our DNA. It is trauma coded in our DNA, and we need to go to therapy to try to get through some of that, even if you don't think you got none. I think it's there somewhere. So yes, I love that he said that. They talk about meditation. She was drawn to the fact that he believes in mental health therapy. I would have been drawn to that too. What else? Oh, she asks about the things that are important to him and things that he likes. What makes him happy? I like the way I'm taking notes, baby. I'm about to have to ask that question when I go on a date. What makes you happy? What makes him happy is the ocean breeze, money, okay, and good sex. He don't understand people that don't put sex as a priority. He don't got time for no mediocre. He don't want no mediocre. He don't want no mediocre. He don't want no mediocre. He got to have good sex, no wasting of the time. And so him and Ace have a little bit more back and forth flirtation. He saved her number in his phone so they could do it again. And then when Ace walked off, she was like, oh, okay, I know you gonna watch me walk away. I was like, you better do that, Ace. Okay, she had a little extra pep in her step. It was just real fun and flirty. Again, I was smiling at my telephone. I done said telephone, my cell phone. It was real nice. Okay, real quick. Dakia goes on a date with Clifton. Joy goes on a date with Paul. The date with Paul was just okay for Joy. She still kind of has her interest more so on Clifton. Dakia has her interest on Clifton as well, and he has interest on her, but the first priority is still Joy. So I guess they feel the same way about each other. That Dakia, though, she is something else. She makes me laugh. When Clifton asked her, how do you feel about premarital sex? Dakia said, yes, please. I just wasn't expecting her to give me as many chuckles as she has given me. But yeah, so the dates were just kind of okay, but it seems like Joy and Clifton are still each other's main interests, even though they've gone out with other people. Now, moving on to the group dates, Cornelius and Paul go on a group date with the ladies. The group date was cool. I didn't think it was too bad. The person that probably stood out as not the best performer would probably be Tiffany. Even Paul's energy was different for the group dates versus how he was in the very beginning, like the mixer. So when they play ping pong, Paul is real competitive. Apparently, he was the ping pong champ, and he wasn't playing with the girls. They came in there in some little cute dresses. I said I would have messed this all up, child. I would have had on some ripped jeans and a crop top and some Jordans. I would have just messed up the whole vibe. They had on cute little dresses and heels. Maybe they probably didn't know what was going on. But it was Precious, Tiffany, and Sabrina. So after ping pong, they kind of get some one-on-one time. Precious is talking to Paul about if he feels like he's guarded or if he has up some walls or whatever that are hard to get into. And he does say he's very tactful when he's dating, this, that, and the third. Cornelius and Tiffany have a conversation where Tiffany is asking him, does he want to be married? And Cornelius is saying he can go for the life partner. Well, she actually asked life partner or marriage, and he said it's interchangeable. It can be both. He's fine with either one. He kind of going with the flow, maybe. I don't really know. I guess he's saying either one is fine with him. Tiffany was like, well, I want a husband, child. So she putting it all on the ping pong table. And Cornelius didn't really like her energy all that much. And then when she goes over to Paul's asking questions like, do you like spoken word? And she says she's open to it, but it's not her thing. And then he asks, if you had a spoken word show, what would be the name of your show? Now I get those are like, I mean, I've asked questions like that before, not exactly worded like that, but they're kind of like quirky questions that are like, it's like icebreakers or conversation starters. And I think that's what Paul was getting at and what he was trying to do. I didn't like the way Tiffany kind of laughed at bro, like, oh my gosh, are we in therapy? I was like, no, sis, you ain't got to do all that. Now just answer the question. What's the name of your spoken word show? If you ain't got an answer, say you need time to think about it. All right? Maybe it could be called putting it on the table. You could take that how you will. But yeah, not necessarily the dates didn't necessarily work in her favor, I guess you would say. Alrighty, next group date we have Joy, Carmen, and Ace going out with Clifton and Tori. So when they get there, Clifton say he really appreciated the body that Carmen got on her, but then she turned around and he said she had contacts in and it looked like baby Jesus. Y'all, he said every time he looked at her eyes looked like he was looking at baby Jesus. And I'm telling you, I cracked up. I might have been wrong. I might have been wrong for laughing, because if you want to wear your contacts, you can wear your contacts, but all is fair in love, eyes, and hair, because she turned around and said she ain't really feeling Tori and his locks. Now y'all know the people on Twitter probably had something to say about that. I didn't go look, but I bet you they had something to say. So they play a little golf, indoor golf, a little putt, and Clifton swinging a little too hard, so Carmen go up there, but then she kind of got to act like a damsel in distress, like she don't know how to play golf, but she do know how to play golf, and she get Clifton to put his arms around her and help her out, wanted to hold the hair, because the hair is real. Okay, and it's not a lot of women there that can say that their hair is real. I said, well, girl, what you don't know is, okay, and kudos to you. Okay, kudos to you, because I'm trying to grow minds out. But what you don't know is Clifton don't like them baby Jesus eyes that you got in your head. Hey, Shabo, because those aren't real. Are we calling on the Lord or are we calling on the Lord? So, After they had a little flirtations, Joy is peeping. She get up there with Tori. They have a little flirtation as well. They go off and they talk, and Tori is getting into a little sexual innuendo. You do you like sex? Do you like good sex? I'm like, well, what other kind? I like bad sex, Tori. He asked, do she want a kidney to be touched? I said, Now, see, some women into that. They like all kind of large situations. Listen. I don't. Anyway, I'm gonna just move on because this ain't about me. This is not about me. But yeah, she feels like Tori is cool, but still her attention is drawn elsewhere. Clifton and Carmen have some good conversation as well. But he still got his vibe with Joy. But he sees Ace sitting over there. And so Ace, I'm concerned. I'm concerned, baby. Are you one of them people that don't realize it's a competition? She's very sweet. And she just over there chilling. She was just like, oh, no, baby, I ain't got no attitude. I'm good. It's no tension. I just didn't want to impose or get in the way because, I'm so supportive of everybody finding love. And when Carmen walked in, I love how she said, we keep bringing the baddies in or something like that. I love when a woman just can compliment and big up another woman, another good looking woman. It don't got to be no drama. But Ace, I love that you supportive. I love that you want people to find love. But don't forget, baby, this is a competition, so make sure you keep your head in the game, okay? You ain't got to sit back on those sidelines if you don't want to, okay? You just as cute. You got just as much little body or whatever and the right energy. So, don't you ain't got to sit on the sidelines if you don't want to. But afterwards, Clifton and Joy they kind of talking in code to each other, but they're basically telling each other, yeah, I saw you flirting, but I wasn't worried. So that was cute. Okay, so now it's getting to be elimination time. So the fellas got to get together to decide who they like, who's going home. I think in the top for a lot of people, Dakia was in a lot of people's top. Joy was in some people's top. Sabrina was in some people's top. Carmen was, I think, maybe in one person's top. Trying to think who else. Yeah, those seem to be like the main contenders that a lot of the fellas enjoyed. Who was in the bottom, though? We had some votes for Ace and we had some votes for Tiffany. Now, Wiley says he can't get past the whole talk about yoga and meditation when it come to Ace. Oh, but Big Vern say differently, honey. She is Moshelle. She is Oprah. She is a phenomenal woman. That is her. So, yeah, Wiley, maybe you just ain't bringing it like Big Vern was bringing it for Ace. Who else? Y'all, why Paul say that Dakia got her boss lady hat on, but it seemed like after 9 p.m. she liked to get thugged out. Now, listen, I don't know what y'all was imagining in y'all head when y'all heard thugged out, but I ain't even go share with you what I was imagining. But I said, sir, sir. She like to get thugged out. He gonna give nephew Tyler Perry a heart attack. Okay, so they got to meet up with the ladies to talk about who's gonna stay and who's gonna go home. Ace ends up getting the opportunity to stay, but Wiley does tell her we need to see a little more of you. But Wiley be trying to have a little game. You see how he got up and walked over to her and was talking in her face? I was like, look at you. But the fellas need to see more of her. And then Tiffany actually ends up being the one to go home. See, Tiffany was being real jokey at that table with Paul, talking about she don't want to do no job interview. And can we just talk? Have you been out the country? How was your day? I said, you got a lot of jokes for somebody that's about to get sent on home. So when she found out she was getting sent home, y'all, them lips was poked out. She was like, wait a minute. Did I just get sent home? And that Paul, I don't think Paul was nervous. I think he was just trying to get a word in, like, oh, okay, well, let's take a drink. He had his napkin on his lap. I said, God bless him. So once she figured out she was getting sent home, Paul said, okay, do you want a hug? Can I have a hug? And she was like, no, I don't want to. And Paul said, oh, okay, so you don't want to? Tiffany, baby, it's all right. Go on, get your stuff and go on home. I don't know. She came off as so mature on the first episode, but something about this episode made her look kind of immature. But the fellas decided that she wasn't ready to love. She said, do she look bothered? I said, yes. Have a good one, and we will be moving forward. But I will tell you that this episode was entertaining for me, and maybe it has restored a very small fraction, 0.00008% of my faith in Ready to Love.